UFC Lightweight Drakkar Klose, thank you very much for joining me today. You are
Thank you for having me.
superb. You are rebooked again for April 17th. How is preparation been and how are things with yourself?
Things have been good, I kind of got my weight down, or I made weight for my last one, and I didn't blow back up, so I'm pretty much walking around at what I checked in at. So it gives me a lot more time to, just focus on getting better and not actually worry about losing the weight. So I think it's going good.
And obviously in February you were meant to fight Jai Herbert. That fell through, and then you were matched up with Luis Pena, and that fell through a couple of hours beforehand. How difficult was that period for you?
Be honest, like, it is what it is, it was something that I couldn't control, you know what I mean? It just, this whole COVID thing is crazy because, one of my corner, he tested positive for it. And then as soon as we got back, we all tested again and he came back negative. So it's like, what's true? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy because even my buddy, sometimes he'll test positive and the next day he's negative. So it's like, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it must have been very difficult, because I would imagine you would have been getting mentally prepared for that Pena fight, and then obviously for it to get cancelled. How near to the fight was it when it got cancelled? When you found out?
It was like 2 hours before I was supposed to leave to go over to the Apex. So it kind of sucked because like you said, you prepare mentally to go into battle and then it doesn't happen, and then like you got to restart all over again and try to get prepared for the next one. So
well, let's talk about the next one. So April 17th you are going to fight Jeremy Stephens. First and foremost, does it feel a little bit like karma, if you like, because Stephens is certainly the highest profile of the three you were meant to be fighting?
Yeah, I think this is a way better matchup, you know what I mean? The other two, they didn't really have the name.
Yeah.
But Jeremy, he has a name and he brings it. So I'm excited to go out there and fight him. It gives me the extra motivation to wake up in the morning and, get those hours of training in.
How do you view Stephens as a stylistic matchup compared to yourself?
Be honest, I think we're similar. I think, like, we like to get a little wild and a little reckless. I think it's gonna come down to, being patient in there and not getting into a brawl when I don't need to get into a brawl.
Yeah.
And just mixing it up with him. He gets frustrated a lot. So my plan is to, keep him frustrated the whole fight.
I presume you learned a lot from your last fight out with Beneil Dariush when you had Dariush here and maybe got a little bit excited and went for the finish?
Yeah, I just went out of my game plan, like, that's one thing about me. I know how to win. And, I could have won that fight. I wanted to do a little bit of extra, to please the crowd instead of just going there and getting a victory. But, I learned a lot from that. So I think now I'm gonna, take my time a little bit and, don't have to get them out there in the first 20 seconds, let it happen in the third.
Yeah. You always fight with a pace, Drakkar. I must admit that you always come and certainly put it on opponents. And that sometimes is the game plan to beat Jeremy, isn't it? To pressure him back.
Yeah, he's a pressure fighter too. So
yeah.
I think it's gonna be interesting, see who's gonna be doing the backing up. I don't plan on it. So we'll see if I got Jeremy on his heels the whole fight. So it'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously at this point in his career, I don't know if you know, but Stephens is now on a 4-fight losing streak. With that being said, what do you make of this current version of Jeremy Stephens?
I'm definitely not taking him lightly. He's fought, what was it? Otto, Cater. Yeah. He's fought some of the top guys, so it's not like he's out there fighting some bums, you know what I mean? So I'm not taking him lightly, you know. Those are all good guys he fought. You know, he's going up a weight class, so you know, he could have had a problem, you know, making that weight, and you know, his energy level wasn't there. But I just hope he's having a good camp. You know, everything's going good, because you know, I just want to go out there and have a good fight. You know, I don't want any excuses on either end. You know what I mean? Like an injury or anything. So hopefully we both stay healthy, and so we go out there and perform.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And something you mentioned there, I wanted to pick up on. Jeremy is the number 8 ranked featherweight, but this is obviously a lightweight bout. Where will you be placing the division with a win over Jeremy? Where do you think you would be placed?
I don't know. I was thinking, like, you know, 155. It's the same couple people fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, if I go out there and starch him, cutting down to 45s, and you know, trying to give 45 you know, a run at it.
I saw a thing on your page a couple of days ago. I think it was when the fight was announced. I was looking through, and you'd posted the picture of Steve, you know, the Stevens fight, and somebody had put 45 or 55, and you'd put 45 lol with the skull emoji. So would you think you would struggle getting down to 145?
I think I would. Like, I love eating, but I think you know, if I just tune in and, you know, stop having cookies late at night, I can make it.
What's your favorite meal to eat after a fight?
Oh man, I eat everything. But pizza would have to be my go-to. Pizza and beer.
Pizza. Oh, what a combo. I remember watching a thing with Michael Bisping, and someone asked him what the worst food to eat was cutting weight, and he said pizza. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, superb. So we've got this fight, as we mentioned. It's a very intriguing style matchup. You must be excited with a fight like this, because as I mentioned, you're a pressure fighter. You like to come and fight, and sometimes people will maybe try and not run away, but will certainly try and pick you off from the outside. Is it reassuring knowing that Stevens is going to come and bring it, similar to yourself?
Yeah, like, you know, I always think, like, a lot of these guys, I'm like, oh, they're gonna sit there and fight me, and then when I get in there with them, it's totally different. Like, they do a little bit of running, but I don't see any running in him now. You know, I think it's gonna be, you know, it's a lot of action is gonna take place in the middle of the octagon. So I predict someone's gonna get knocked out. Hopefully it's not me. But I see it finish. I see it finish in this fight.
And let's say you get that finish in April 17th. What other goals do you have for the rest of the year? Is there anything in mind that you want to accomplish in 2021?
I'm just trying to get as many fights as I can. You know, I don't want to do this too much longer. You know what I mean? Like, man, I've been on this journey for a while, and you know, injuries and you know, fights falling through. It's an emotional roller coaster, and I just don't see myself, you know, doing it for too much longer. You know, I'm trying to keep my brain intact.
Is that similar to your to Courtney Casey? Is Courtney your wife or just your partner?
She's gonna be my wife soon.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So is it similar thing, both of you being fighters in the same household? Is that do you both want to get out the game?
No, she just wants to keep fighting. She was trying to fight in May. It's just like, to me, it's like I'm really not making. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, you know what I mean? And it's like I can probably find something else that is not so time consuming, and you know, actually making some money, and you know, feel satisfied doing it. So that's just my whole thing.
Can I ask, and this might be a bit of a personal question, but do you not really feel satisfied fighting?
I do. It just, man, when you only fight like once a year, and then you know, you get injured on top of that, and it's like you're not getting paid. It's like, dude, I got to get a job eventually.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've just been, you know, sitting back, just trying to invest my money the right way. So when I do plan on quitting, you know, I can have something to fall back on and, you know, keep money coming in. So
Yeah, superb. It's always good to hear. In my opinion, it's always good to hear a fighter having other plans, because we do see a lot of bad stories, don't we, when people retire and maybe haven't put them foundations in place.
yeah, and that's what sucks about MMA, dude. Like if you look at it, a lot of these guys, and when they're done fighting, they have nothing to show for it, man. It's they're damn near homeless, and you know, I just don't want to be another number like that. You know what I mean? I at least want, you know, I'm lucky enough to have, you know, at least bought a house with that, so I have something to show for it. So I think fighters we just need to be smarter, you know, and because this career doesn't last long. So
Yeah. It's a very short window when you actually think about it. If we say the average person retires at 40, that's very, very young, isn't it, to have
yeah,
retired?
yeah. And then depending on how early you get into the sport, some people like let's say Sage Northcutt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His career's almost over, and he's probably like 20 something years old, and it's like, so it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's a crazy sport. It's a crazy sport.
Yeah.
Let's conclude with one final question, Drakkar. Give me a prediction for the 17th of April. What happens when you fight Jeremy Stephens?
I'm gonna leave the octagon with my hand raised, going home with hopefully 3 checks, and then you know, having some beers after the fight.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I only wish I was in Vegas to join you.
One day.
One day, one day. Well, I very much look forward to the fight, and I very much thank you for your time speaking to me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Anytime.
Superb. Before we finish, how can people find you on social media?
All platforms, Drakkar Klose. Just follow my journey, and hopefully I post some funny stuff to keep people laughing, you know.
Superb. And before we finish, is there anything you would like to say or sign off with at all?
I want to thank you, you know what I mean, for taking your time out and, you know, interviewing me. You didn't have to do it, and I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you giving me your time, because I'm a massive fan of this sport, and I remember when you fought Mark Casey, and he was 2 undefeated fighters, wasn't it? And Mark's a very big star over here. I've actually met Mark. I don't know. Are you and him on reasonable terms after the fight? Was there any?
Yeah. Actually, like, you know, I'll hit him up, and you know, I was talking when he fought Londo. I was talking to him a lot about that, what he should do, and he's a good dude. You know, I mean, I know it's a lot of people just see the build up and the shit talking, but you know, after the fight is over, like he's actually a nice guy when you sit down and talk with him. So
yeah,
I respect him.
Yeah, I remember when you and Mark fought, and as I say, Mark was coming off the big viral knockout, wasn't he, where he'd hit the right hand and the guy had fallen back. And I remember that fight. It was a bit of a back and forth fight, but them leg kicks probably got you over the line.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, thanks for your time today, and thank you for your kind words about myself. I very much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.